Just remember that at the beginning of this week that the actual teamwork is really, really important. Please do remember this, my gorgeous Libra. At the beginning of this week, you need to remember that the actual teamwork is really, really, really important. Why? Because the actual teamwork is important because if you don't become the part of this teamwork, what I'm talking about, and I think that that is going to be absolutely evident here, you're not going to be able to move on with your life. Okay, this is what you need to understand. So now this teamwork, it's important in order for you to move on with your life, but it's also really important when it comes to you understanding that now it's time to walk away from something. Now it's time to walk away from something, but you can't do it just like that. You can't be too quick. You can't be too abrupt about it. You see what I mean? So you need to understand that you're not going to be able to move on with your life. You're not going to be able to walk away from certain things. You're not going to be able to let go certain things that have been bothering you for way too long unless you pay attention to this particular teamwork that I'm talking about, that is going to be quite evident here. And also, you know what I mean? It's telling me a lot that this is to do with either to do with an aspect of your life that you do not like to deal with, you do not want to deal with, you don't even want to think about it, let alone deal with it, or it's to do with an aspect of your life that you need to deal with it, that where there is like some kind of like a group of people that you are going to need to meet with and kind of make something to come to an end. It is the karma that you need to work on. It is the karma that you need to pay attention to, and you have got the strength, you have got the power, my gorgeous Libra. It is all within you, but it's just a bit of a challenge that you are going to have, that you're going to need to tap into something that you don't want to tap to make something to come to an end. So this is going to be quite important stage for you indeed. So it's like kind of like you moving on with your life, and at the same time understanding that you're not going to be able to do this without this particular teamwork that I've mentioned at the beginning of this week. And also what I quite particularly really like here at the beginning of this week still, my gorgeous Libra, it's this person in your life, somebody who you look up to, somebody very strong, somebody very powerful, somebody quite successful, somebody who achieved like a certain things in their lives that you really look up to, and it's like, oh, I want to be like that, I want to do this, so this is either someone like a family member, or it's either somebody solid, somebody strong, somebody powerful, or it's like a really great friend, somebody who you know really well, but you do know, like you do kind of know this person like there is no tomorrow. You know this person in and out, and this person knows you like extremely well as well. So that particular person, it's like going to tell you something at around the beginning of this week, and there is going to be like a little conversation that you are going to have, but it's more about some very interesting conversation you're going to have to, with this person who is kind of going to open your eyes with certain things as well. But most importantly, that person is really kind of going to inspire you so much, and even more importantly, you will understand how to deal with a specific problem in your life, how to deal with a specific like kind of nuisance situation in your life, that made you feel kind of trapped. For on one hand, you're going to realize exactly what is making you feel really trapped, so this person is having such a powerful impact and influence on you, because you will want to break free from things that are making you feel like you can't do what you want to do, and that in itself, sometimes we just sometimes we just need like a little bit of like kind of like a help when it comes to really powerful people in our lives, because through them, when we know them really well, the balance is different in between us, so we are able to kind of feel their vibration and understand things which are beyond words, an energy which is beyond words, which just like kind of like is bringing us towards the certain point in our lives where we want to go, what we want to achieve, but we can't really explain everything completely. family, if you know what I mean. So it's a lot to do with the vibe and energy of that powerful person in your life, somebody very powerful in terms of their energy indeed. So somebody who's really interesting to look at as well, and maybe lots of people stare at that person, that particular person here, but not in a bad way, not in a bad way. Sometimes people are so strong within their energy that people are just looking towards these strong people, not a bad energy or anything, but very inspiring energy. And there is something about certain people that people feel very connected to, unusual but good, you know what I mean? So this person has got a little bit of everything in them indeed. So through that person, you're also going to realize, in which part of your life it's making you feel trapped. But you're also going to realize, what kind of where have you been self-limiting yourself? And that was making you feel uncertain for too long. That was making you feel like you have got a lack of direction. And that in itself is needing a release from you. It's needing to let go. You will understand what sacrifice do you need to kind of make, but you're also going to understand exactly how long do you need to kind of wait until you do this, because this in itself is bringing you the whole new perspective on something that it's like a really kind of that was draining your energy. But also at the same time, that particular person is also, on another hand, that particular person that I'm talking about, it's also going to tell you something, a really kind of unique viewpoint, that you're not going to be able to kind of stop thinking about it whatsoever. And that unique viewpoint that person is going to tell you, it's like, oh my God, you're going to feel something about it instantly. Why? Because it's going to remind you of like kind of part of your life that you kind of regretted. Okay, so this is when Big Mama is about to step in. So this is going to remind you of part of your life. This is when it's going to start becoming rather complicated, but in a good way, because this is going to remind you of part of your life that you regret, some kind of like an offer or opportunity that you had in your past, and you didn't kind of go for it. It's going to remind you of some kind of a missed opportunity, and almost as if you're going to start blaming yourself a little bit, because now you're going to realize that you were like, maybe it's to do with a certain stagnation because you miss certain opportunity that you are going to recognize and realize at this moment in time. But you were focusing on the negative for quite a while now because of that. This is all going to become absolutely obvious. So now this is going to create such a wonderful moment in time when it comes to your own transition. Now you will know for 1,000,000% that you want more out of life, my gorgeous Libra, and you're going to be reminded of everything that you wanted to do over the last 2 years, and you're going to give to yourself a nice little spiritual slap, which is going to feel really, really good at this moment in time, because it's all about you kind of like understanding that this is the time when you're going to find yourself on the spiritual quest. You will want more out of life, and this powerful transition, it's about to start. And this is really good because this is going to give you an energy and power to recognize and understand what has come to an end a while back, and it's going to give you confidence to cut certain things out of your life and move on. But at the same time, you are entering a rather calmer waters, my gorgeous Libra. You're entering the water of healing. You're entering the water of a new progress. You're entering this moving on water, moving forward, and things are about to start calming down in your life after this moment in time. This is to do with a very, very special spiritual journey indeed. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Libra, oh my God, another big mama is like stepping in, like another giant mama. It's like, oh my God, mama. So it's like basically around the midweek, you're actually going to have an inspiration. Something is going to inspire you. You're going to come across something. You're going to see something. Maybe you're going to read something. Maybe you're going to walk outside and you're going to see something. But this inspiration, it's going to feel like, oh my God, I cannot possibly ignore this. Okay, so something is going to inspire you so much at around the midweek. And what is actually going to inspire you for the next 17 days exactly, there is so much that is going to become clear and clear and clear. The next 17 days are going to be so important when it comes to the beginning of this absolutely mind-blowing unfoldment in your life as well. So it's to do with the inspiration that you are going to have at around the midweek, and that inspiration is also at the same time going to kind of bring a really kind of a major choice into your life, because you will be able to do something that you really love indeed. And when it comes to that inspiration, for the love of God, I know that you're gonna be wondering, shall I do this or not? 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 Well, the answer is, big fat mama, yes. The answer is yes. Just do it, do it, do it. I know that there is going to be a bit of a clicking moments that you're going to have. Oh my God, I'm not too sure. No, baby, no. It's the last of that negative energy that was messing with you and slowing you down for way too long. So it's just ignore this. So at around the midweek, you are going to have this inspiration, which is going to bring you a major choice, because you will know that you will be able to do something that you love, but at the same time you are kind of going to need to understand that something will need to go, and something that you're not going to feel too happy about, and something that you've kind of tried to work on for way too long, but you need to be honest with yourself that this is something that was making you feel more negative, sad and down than anything else, and almost like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to do this if I'm still doing this, but this other thing is just keep on giving me so much negativity. So this is it. You need to understand what this is. And it's just going to bring you a little bit of, just tiny little bit of heartbreak, because you will not know how to do this to start with. But then again, you are, within the next couple of days after that moment in time, you're literally going to wake up the very first thing in the morning. You're not going to be able to tell where this is coming from, but it is going to be the huge amount of clarity that you're actually going to have. And this clarity, huge amount of clarity, that sounds crazy, but it's this clarity when it comes to the actual a new idea how to cut something out of your life, or how to kind of bring something down, or how to kind of like really move on from something that you were just so worried about, because it is to do with like making a kind of major step where you are at the same time going to surprise yourself how adamant you're going to feel about something that normally you would be like, no baby, no, I ain't doing that. Do you know what I mean? So basically, yeah, so it's to do with like this new idea how to actually do this, and this is a lot about, you're going to realize that this is a lot to do with a new plan also, but it's also, you're going to realize how intelligent you are, because this is a lot to do with your intellectual ability. This is going to lead towards your victory, and also, it's just going to make you think so much clearer. It's going to bring you to the point where you are going to benefit from clear thinking, when it comes to specific situations in your life, rather than being, part of these murky waters, where you just kind of have to like find your way by feeling it instead of seeing it, So now, by the time you get to the last part of this week, it's like all about a rather important reunion that you are going to become aware of. Now, this reunion is so important because it's to do with somebody very, very special in your life, very specific in your life, somebody who means to you like, oh my God, somebody who loves you genuinely like, oh my God, and you love that person as well. So this is going to be reunion on a completely different level, because it's to do with a gorgeous spirit and a gorgeous soul who is like you and who understands every single part of you like, oh my God, and you understand every single part of that person. You love that person so much that you would forgive everything and anything to that person, and it's same with that person as well. Sometimes there are specific people in our lives that are in our lives for a long time, and then we just part. We go different directions. It's life. It depends on our spiritual journey and their spiritual journey. But those people who are in our lives forever, You know, this is someone who's been in your life for a long time. You know, those people that are in our lives forever, they are very, very special. And we learn from them something sacred, something that we wouldn't be able to learn from anybody else. And this is why we say, oh my God, they know me better than I know myself. Do you know what I mean? So this is someone who you, as soon as you become aware of this reunion, it's going to be like, oh my God, in your heart, it's going to be like, Big Mama is coming. Do you know what I mean? So this is important. So that in itself, it's also going to be significant, because once you have the actual once you have this reunion with this person, you know, you are going to have almost like that person is going to tell you something. It's some kind of information they're bringing you. What they're going to tell you, what you're going to become aware of. It's going to open your eyes, but it's also like kind of going to help you to make a certain decision. You know, what they're going to tell you, it's going to start a process of awakening, because you are going to kind of think about some kind of self-evaluation. They are going to point something out about yourself and that you know, that in itself, it's really kind of going to not necessarily throw you out of balance a little bit, but it's going to make you aware of an importance of like making certain decisions quickly that mean to us the most, because only we can make these decisions. No one else is going to be able to make these specific decisions for us. So that particular person is going to open your eyes, and it's going to remind you of some kind of decision that you said that you're going to make, which was brilliant, but you just didn't do anything about it. So this is when these like wonderful people in our lives step in, because they're completely honest with us in a different way to anybody else actually would be. Do you know what I mean? So this is important. So that particular person is going to help you with your own judgment, if I can say it like that, you know. So this is going to be so important in so many different ways, you know. What you need to understand, that this is gonna really kind of lead towards, you know, the choice that is really kind of align you with your life purpose so much. You know, this is leading towards the choice which is going to align you with your life purpose so much. And also at the same time, it's going to kind of reveal and highlight some kind of illusion that was like causing instability in your life for way too long. And this illusion was pretty much so to do with a certain deception, and the people who are not honest, people who are lying, people who are completely dishonest, but they are not in your life. They're not directly connected to you. This is all going to become again like absolutely obvious, but it's also going to highlight and show you the importance of your own like power when it comes to you making a choice, is regardless in your life, regardless of what's happening on the outside. You know, this is brilliant, and it's also at the same time, you know, gonna make you feel so much better about yourself as well. You are, do you know what I really like? That, you know, at around the end of the week, you are really going to become aware of some kind of mystery. I'm not being funny here, but this is exactly what's going to happen. At around the end of this week, something is going to be revealed to you in a really mysterious way, but you're also going to find out some kind of a mystery, something that you're not going to be able to explain. For the love of God, you're going to be like, oh my God, this is crazy. So you are going to become aware of something that is going to be so mysterious to you, some kind of a mystery, and that in itself, it's really kind of gonna be so important, because at the same time it's to do with the spiritual insight that you are going to have. And that spiritual insight that you are going to have, you know, it's like what you need to understand is this is going to be, you know, so important, because through that you are going to discover your own truth. This is what you need to remember. Through that, you are going to discover your own truth. And once you discover your own truth, my gorgeous Libra, at this stage, you know, in such a way like you're going to find out here, you are really going to step into dimension you've never been before, which is on another hand gonna almost immediately like shower you with like very interesting ideas and very interesting options and very interesting realizations. But it's also going to highlight those things that are missing in your life, and you will see that now suddenly after this moment in time, you will really indeed gonna try to do anything and everything in order to reconnect with people in your life who mean to you so much and to spend so much more time with them. And also at the same time, you're gonna realize how suddenly now every single plan that you have and everything that you're thinking about, it's always going to be in your mind connected to those people who mean to you the most. And that's just such an important and powerful sign. And it means that you've gone through something so kind of crazily difficult, ridiculously difficult. And you were going through something that, so difficult for a while that you didn't even, you weren't even aware of it. So this is going to kind of become all obvious to you. And in itself, it's just going to create a wonderful, new, mind-blowing starting point in your life. And at around the same time, you are gonna have a surprise, a little achievement. Okay, and this couldn't have happened at a better time, because that surprise, a little achievement, is really going to surprise you where it's actually coming from. And this is also going to create a little path for you to kind of think about how you can, make more around it, how you can take this on the next level as well. Sometimes, the success comes in a way that is completely not unrecognizable, but that is completely kind of surprising to us. And when some kind of success surprises us, where it actually comes from and how it actually happened, this is the spiritual way of kind of us needing to pay attention to that aspect of our lives, because there is something in there for us that is just gonna bring so much colorful energy into our lives indeed, that you should definitely go for it. So now, my gorgeous Libra, I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards and I'm going to see what is going to be a tarot card of the week. Okay, my gorgeous Libra, what is going to be a tarot card of the week? Ooh, do you know that one? Look, this little baby just turned around by itself. I mean, how amazing. Look at this. 10 of Cups. I mean, come on. This is like an ultimate manifestation, an ultimate happiness. You are about to discover your own path to happiness again. I think that you stumble upon for a while, my gorgeous Libra. You had to deal with a certain problems and a certain issues and the certain aspects of of your lives that have affected you in a way where you actually didn't even realize how much maybe something was stuck at the back of your subconscious mind. Maybe something was kind of directing you without you even realizing, in terms of, our subconscious mind is ridiculously powerful. So we can pick up on we are like a spiritual sponges. We can pick up on certain things without even being aware of it, like listening to some kind of negativity, nonsense and lies, persistently, maybe something on the outside, you know what I mean? And sometimes you can be aware of this, but if you're not aware of it, and you can still hear like a little voice talking about something negative, sad, downer, sad, negative, down. It's all been designed that way, do you know what I mean? But you just have to come on top, and you come on top by being aware of this already. Just by you being aware of the fact, what am I telling you right now, you can kind of protect yourself by you being aware of it. So you're already protecting yourself and you're already protecting your subconscious mind, because sometimes you can hear that little voice in the background and you're ignoring it, but it's still kind of getting registered somewhere. Our brain is extremely powerful, also is our spirit, so there was a lot that kind of was affecting you in these terms, and now this is coming to an end. This means that the decision you're gonna make, a mind-blowing decision by the end of this week, and that decision that you're gonna make is gonna be big. It's going to be huge, but it's actually going to be much bigger and much more massive than you actually think that it's going to be. So the decision that you're going to make at around the end of the week, my gorgeous Libra, it's also going to bring you so much happiness into your life, because it is going to be one massive giant step towards your dream, towards you loving and enjoying your life, towards you doing things that you always wanted to do, but at the same time you are going to really benefit from such an amazing achievement that you're going to feel so proud of yourself because you decided to go for this particular decision. it's like, oh my god, this means that like an absolutely mind-blowing manifestation, it's going to work for you. So if you want to start something, move on with your life, my gorgeous Libra, the answer is yes. Okay, my gorgeous Libra, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.